Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so we are doing the video for Dragon, and I'm recording it again because I didn't mention the feng shui, and I really want you guys to have all the information that I took the time to research for you. So, um, it is the year of the rat, 2020, and the year is a year that, and I also didn't mention this part, it's a 4 year. So 4 sounds like death in Chinese. So it's associated with the sound and the vibration of, a sad year, like as far as war and conflicts and all of that. So with that being considered, it's a year that every sign needs to be a little bit more calmer, but also, things are going to happen naturally that need to happen, right? So this year it's a 4 year, and 4 is all about like stability, structure, but it's about you doing what you're supposed to do, okay, and making the choices that you need to make. So it's going to be a year where everyone really have to step up for themselves, and if they don't, they're going to experience the full impact of the 4 year. We want to make sure that we kind of apply like a Saturn energy to our lives in this 4 year, and also like a Jupiter, right? Jupiter is expanding, is growing, right? But also Saturn has that energy of restriction, right? But the 4 year more resides with Uranus, because Uranus is more like breaking traditions, really going for its individuality. So anything that's restricting a person, they're just not going to put up with it, right? So 4 is like the vision of yourself, the vision of what you want. It also covers what is your priority, what is the most important thing to you, any kind of limitations. It's being, it's the essence of being, your entire being, but it also connects to your mind, body, and your spirit within the physical world, okay, and the structure of the physical world. So the 4 really makes us look at everything, and our organization as well. That's where that Saturn kind of vibe comes in, but the year more resides with the planet Uranus, okay? And we also want to look at any kind of unusual aspect in our life, any kind of struggle with power, like they'll have like tension, changes, and revolution, riots, like just people standing up for themselves, and massive changes. A person's development, their growth, their character, people just really waking up to themselves and to what's going on. So it's a very strong sun vibe, where the sun is the self and Uranus is really fighting against what's not right, and really bringing in that Aquarius vibe of self-realization, and living like you being alive right now, but you feel very future, very, very beyond your time. So you will see things happening now and think, oh my God, why are we doing this? This is so ridiculous. This is off balance. You want a liberated path, nothing that is ridiculous, right? So being that it's a 4 year, we want to make sure that we're asking ourselves how things work, and what can we work towards, what do we want to work towards, and focusing on things that mean a lot to us. Okay, so this year is going to be a really interesting year. It's going to really shake things up. Okay, so I wanted to get that out. So the dragon is definitely a friend of the rat and a friend of the monkey. So those are the two strong other animals that the dragon vibes with. Okay. Now this year is a year for the dragon to really find their true strength. So strength in who you are, but also strength in your weaknesses as it relates to people that you love and you care about. So really being calm, relaxing, putting yourself first, but also putting your family first. Very important this year. You're friends with mostly, like I said, the monkey and the rat. So you're friends with the rat, so you have a 4 out of 5 years. So that's really good. You are also friends with the snake and the rooster, and good with the sheep. But also the sheep is also listed as someone that you can also not get along with. You can definitely not get along with ox and the dog. So I say for everyone, don't take all of this astrology, whether it's Western, Vedic, or Chinese, too seriously, but they do pan out pretty well. But you can be a dragon. You are a dragon, right? I'm talking to the dragon zodiacs. But what if someone's a dog, and that's the characteristic and animal that you don't get along with? Well, maybe in the Western chart or the Vedic chart, there's something that they're born with a sign that is good for you, right? So you might be a fire sign, and the dog might be born in the year of an air sign or the month of an air sign. So you guys vibe there. Or they might be a water sign, but you need a more compassionate person in this life. And they have also a lot of water elements in their chart and a lot of fire. Okay, so you will see that person will vibe with you. Okay, so, and then some of us are here in relationships that we want to suffer this lifetime, or we want, it's hard for us to make changes. So we have to really fight against that and free ourselves from the suffering, right? Okay, so luck. Your lucky numbers are 2, 5, and 6. And your wealth this year is definitely a 5. So for some of you, it can be a 4. Okay, so sometimes it's like a 4-year for you, but it could also potentially be a 5-year. And you can apply feng shui to that, especially if your year is good or if your year turns to be not so good. You can always wear a pendant of that particular animal. Okay, so say it is a rat year, you can wear a rat pendant. I did that at the beginning of this year. I went to Chinatown. I had a really good conversation with the lady there, and I got myself a necklace. I got some for my kids, and it was really cool. It was like a really nice pendant, and you're vibing with the year. You're connecting to that energy, that frequency of the year. Okay, so that's something that you can do. You can also on your altar have Kuan Yin, because it's definitely a year of compassion to balance off the revolution of Uranus energy that needs to happen, unfortunately. It's the yin and yang. So, a lot of times you can't have great things and be flowery. It's just not going to happen. So you can have Buddha statue on your money altar or in your feng shui area. When you enter a room, it's the very left corner of the room for the Western feng shui. So you can definitely get a statue of Kuan Yin. It's definitely needed. Or any other pantheon that is the goddess represents love, like Lakshmi, or it could be Oshun, or it could be Yamaya. So have that feminine energy of love and compassion. Okay. Yes. Buddha, okay, is one. Also get a money tree, like you'll see the Chinese money tree or any other creative object that represents prosperity in that sense, okay, because with a year in turmoil, you always have to balance it off. Okay, that was good. 3 out of 5 for your health this year. 3 out of 5. So gastrointestinal issues is what is said for the dragons. So you want to make sure you're taking care of your stomach. In my culture, we drink before we eat, water, juice, whatever, right? Every Sunday we would do juicing. So juicing was nothing new to me. And all of a sudden it's a big thing now. Or it's getting more attention, more popular. I was told by people older than me that juicing was popular in the 70s, okay? And then it kind of died down in the 80s, which I realized that in the 90s. And then all of a sudden, in the 2000s, some point, everyone was like, oh, juicing, healthy. And it is so important. So, and it doesn't have to taste bad. So you can definitely do it. But you want to make sure you drink before you eat. From me studying nutrition, drinking before you eat, and just knowing from family, right? Is drinking water before you eat or whatever juice, having a vegetable, like a salad before your main meal, so that you're not eating so much of the starch. There's a good balance of that. And definitely for dragons, consulting a nutritionist for the year. And taking care of your stomach, doing your regular cleansing. Cleansing should be done. How often do we do it? We usually do it 4 times a year. The real spiritual people, like the Rastas, they do it like 4 times a year. You do it with the changing of the season. Like the cows will stop eating for maybe 2 or 3 days when the season changes, and it's a way of cleaning out their digestive system and to prevent them naturally from being sick. So cows and animals like that we depend on for milk or whatever, they have a natural way of taking care of themselves. They should be provided that opportunity to do that, because then the food is healthier, right? Okay, so then yes, so cleansing, sometimes if you want to cleanse just 3 times a year, you can, but usually you cleanse at the time that the season changes. And I can make a video on that if you guys request that. So your money and your wealth for this year is a 5. So you're a friend of the animal for this moon cycle year. So you want to be careful with money, because when we're doing good and we're prosperous, we tend to not be mindful about that. Okay, so you want to be careful with money. Your direction is west, north, or northwest. So those are the good directions for you. So I always tell people, check, do your research, and your zodiac sign. Which one does it match up with? Is it west, north, or northwest? So you use the one that's the best for you. How does the direction work? The direction work in the sense that if your zodiac sign, whether it's Chinese, Western, or Vedic, is, say, the north direction is your prosperous direction. If your house door faces north, then that's great. And then there's other things in feng shui that you want to make sure is not at your front door, But for the main part, that is it. Your great love compatibility is snake and monkey, and they list sheep as well. So it all depends with that. Sheep, to me, is kind of like, it's a touch and go. So let's do your quarterly reading. So this is every 3 months. So the first quarter of the month is very happy period for your marriage, if you're married or in a committed relationship. It's very good. And it's good for you to go out on dates and to keep the energy up this year. If you're single, then, don't worry about commitment. Just worry or focus more on yourself and actually finding a good, compatible person for you. Okay. Now, if you in the second quarter, it is still a good year, positive, very good for relationship, marriage. And if it's good for marriage, it's usually good for dating. So most of you will do great with your partners that you're already committed with right now. You want to work on keeping the energy positive, really spending time focusing on home and friends and family. Okay, if you are single, you will make a very passionate interaction with someone. You'll meet people that you vibe with. You'll meet people that you connect with, but it's more lust than it is a true relationship partner. In the third quarter, you will definitely meet people that would be potential good partners. If you're married, your main goal is to keep your home as peaceful as you can in the third quarter. Okay, but if you're single, you'll be meeting a really good partner. And then for some of you, it's a good short-term relationship. Okay, so everyone can't be married happy. So someone's going to be in a relationship or meeting a good relationship, but it's ending in the third quarter. Okay, if you're married, the most important thing for the fourth quarter is to make sure that you are doing things that are beneficial for your home. So ask yourself, what is beneficial for my home? And the positive changes you're going to make in your home, your family is going to thank you for it. So whether it is emotional changes that need to happen or changes that reflect finances, upgrading the home, changing something so you can keep the home, any kind of finance issues, your family will thank you for, and you'll be happy for it in the future. All right. So if you're single, you will be meeting a good partner. Some of you will be getting married in the fourth quarter, and others will still be single. So it's a real good year for the dragon, but dragon, you want to make sure that you're really looking out for your health, because your health is a 3 out of 5, so it's in the middle. But it's better than bad, but you still want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and especially in the zodiac system. If there's an organ that's associated with not being well, you want to make sure that you're gearing your nutrition, your diet towards what's best for you. So I hope you guys enjoy this reading. I want to thank you guys for watching these videos. I'm going to get on to the snake next, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy New Year.